By the end of this module, the student shall understand the concept of program delivery, shall come to know about the implementation frameworks, shall come to know about the approaches for program delivery, get acquainted with the step of program implementation. Delivery of program is a process by which a specified set of activities are designed to put into practice an activity or program of known dimensions. These activities occur over a time in stages that overlap and that are revisited over time. The program delivery is thus purposeful and is described in sufficient detail such that independent observers can detect the presence and strength of the specific set of activities related to implementation, that is program delivery. Concept of program delivery. Delivery of program is the application phase of the planning process. Once objectives are formulated while designing the program, it is necessary to carefully consider how to achieve these objectives. Implementation methods should be carefully chalked out, how the plan will be executed and by whom. No matter how well program is thought of, it is of no use unless carried out properly. Active implementation frameworks. These frameworks helps define what needs to be done, how to establish what needs to be done in practice, and who will do the work to accomplish positive outcomes in typical human service settings, that is effective implementation, and where effective implementation will thrive, that is enabling contexts. The identification of implementation team answers the question of who does the work of implementation. The research and the evaluation literature has identified practitioners, readiness, organization, readiness and support, and system variables that facilitates or impede the use of evidence-based programs in practice. This is important information and begs the question of who will assure and organizers are ready, who will help organizers to be supportive, and who will help change systems to facilitate hospitable environment, where the new ways of work embodied in an innovation can be used fully and effectively. The active implementation frameworks used by the skill implementation teams provide ways to increase the likelihood that the good outcomes achieved in well-controlled studies can be reproduced in a complex conditions that exist in human services and society. Implementation team don't have to wait for readiness, they can help create readiness by using implementation stages and implementation drivers. Implementation team do not have to wait for a companion to appear, they can help organizations and systems change to provide more hospitable environments for effective innovations and for the necessary implementation supports. Active implementation recreates a complex, casually ambiguous set of routines in new settings and keep it functioning. Approaches for program delivery. There are two approaches that could be used for delivery of program, namely top-down approach and bottom-up approach. The bottom-up approach is also known as participatory approach. The bottom-up approach is a two-way information how system that considers price consultation with target beneficiaries about their needs, problems and aspirations for effective planning. On the contrary, the top-down bottom approach is simply a one-way information delivery system that reinforces the hierarchical relationship between the extension agent and the client. Bottom-up participatory approach should be adopted in delivery of program to ensure active people's participation in a project selection, design and implementation. This also makes delivery of program efficient, timely and cost effective. Stages for program implementation. According to Fixin et al. 2010, the stages of implementation are the exploratory stage, the installation stage, initial implementation stage and full implementation stage. The exploration stage. The exploration stage identifies the need for program determine whether innovations or set of practices are likely to be met that need and to decide whether or not to move ahead with the implementation process. If the decision is to proceed with the implementation, then building public awareness and widespread support for the change is crucial. There are few steps that have to be followed under this step. First step is establish a team to guide exploration. It includes representatives from each of the key agencies, programs with the authority to make decisions and expend resources, or an individual with an easy access to the decision maker. Select staff whose responsibilities will allow them to undertake this initiative over several years, and select staff with expertise about the implementation process as well as potential innovations or practices that fit identified needs. Team defines their roles and responsibilities. Step 2. The team convenes a stakeholders group for need assessment and program analysis. It includes determine appropriate stakeholders including state agency personnel, that is if they are involved or needed, technical assistance personnel and pre-service personnel, regional and or program administrators. It clarifies stakeholders group's purpose, responsibilities and project timeliness for involvement. Articulate the purpose and rationale for change, including any supporting data, if available. Review infrastructure and current practices, include issues, concerns and strengths from the perspective of all stakeholders. Identify the concern problem at all levels of the program delivery. Identify desired outcomes and changes for each level of the program. Review and realign the program's missions and values to fit with the desired outcomes and new vision for a change in practices. Step 3. Stakeholders explore the feasibility and fit the potential innovations and practices. It includes explore the core features, functions and benefits of potential innovations or set of practices. Review the research and evidence base for the innovation and practices. Gather information from other states if involved, program and consultants experienced with implementing the potential innovations and practices. Analyze requirement of the implementation process and potential impact of adoption on system resources. Step 4. Decide on practices and innovations and whether or not to proceed further. Review all perspectives and information gathered. Establish criteria for selecting the innovation or practices to adopt. Consider which innovation can best address the identified needs, has evidence of producing desired outcomes, and aligns with the service system's mission, values, and resources. Decide and recommend on final decision maker which innovation or set of practices are more promising and whether or not to proceed with implementation. Step 5. Secure agency and cross-agency leadership support. It identifies administrators and decision makers whose buy-in will be needed to assure necessary support and resources for implementation and sustainability. Use multiple strategies to help key individuals become companions who will promote the new practices or innovations. Develop a plan for the involvement and continued support of these individuals. Outcome of exploration. A team has been established to oversee the initiative. Second, a stakeholder group has explored the need for change and the fit of potential new practices or innovations. An innovation or set of practices was selected which address the need and is likely to result in desired outcomes. The service system and current practices were analyzed to determine necessary changes in infrastructure and training, technical assistance and coaching. The decision was made to proceed with the implementation initiatives and move into installation. Necessary agencies or cross-agency leadership has committed to supporting the implementation of selected practices over multiple years. Second stage, the installation stage. The installation stage is to acquire or repurpose these resources needed to work ahead, selecting staff, identifying resources for training and coaching, providing initial training for staff, funding or establishing performance assessment, that is fidelity tools, locating office space, assuring access to materials and equipments, and so on, are among the resources that needs to be in place before the work can be done effectively. During the exploration stage, implementation team help organizations recognize the need for these resources, and during the installation stage, implementation teams help to organize, secure the needed resources to do the work ahead and prepare staff for the new practices. The steps involved in this stage are: first step, the team finalize membership and responsibilities. The team ensures that the team has the capacity, resources and commitment to oversee the implementation process for 2 to 5 years. Establish an orientation for all members that include vision, mission, roles and responsibilities, ground rules and structures for voting and communication. Determine the structure and mechanism for ongoing stakeholders' input. Second step is to develop a communication plan. It identifies audiences, example, professional group, families, referral resources, collaborating agencies, funders, legislators, practitioners, who need to understand and support the new practices. Determine the messages, materials and formats appropriate for each audience. Describe core features and component of new practices, the evidence-based and expected outcomes. Identify potential opposition, reason for opposition and the team response. Use multiple communication strategies and feedback loops to evaluate the impact of the message. Include ways to use your stakeholders and champions to promote the new practices. Step 3. Establishes implementation sites and teams. It considers the characteristics of personnel and organizational structures most likely to support successful implementation. Use selection criteria to choose initial implementation sites. Sign written agreements. Form an implementation team at which site to develop their plan, oversees all activities and timeliness. Include representation on the implementation team of administrators and direct service staff and others who are or will become experts on both the implementation process and the new practices. Clarify the roles and responsibilities of team members and their long-term commitments to implementation and sustainability. Ensure the implementation team has the resources, information and skills necessary to lead the change effort. Step 4. Develop system supports and infrastructure changes. Make necessary changes to administrative structures, that is organizational drives, such as contracts, interagencies, agreements, general supervision, oversight, policies, procedures, guidance and forms to support new practices. Determine and make changes needed in staffing and staff responsibilities. Find and align the fiscal resources to cover startup cost, administrative structure costs, professional development mechanism, training materials and new service delivery costs. Step 5. Improves data systems evaluation and monitoring. Determine the data needed to monitor and evaluate key aspects of the implementation process, such as communication and feedback loops and professional development activities. Determine data needed to evaluate intervention effectiveness, including performance assessment, fidelity and the emergence of desired outcomes. Determine the data needed by team, trainers, coaches, practitioners and other individuals for decision making. Determine the capacity of the current data system and make additions and improvements. Step 6. Building training and technical assistance capacity. It determines and develops training procedures, activities and materials. Assure availability of human resources needed to develop and conduct training assistance at initial sites. Determine, develop or adapt measures of fidelity. Develop an evaluation plan to understand the effectiveness and outcomes of training activities. Conduct orientation and informational trainings for all potential early implementers. Conduct train the trainer and train the coach activities. Step 7. Finalizes a written plan. Develop a written implementation plan that addresses communication and dissemination, training and technical assistance, plan improvements in organizational structures, data and system supports, all evaluation activities and activities that address expansion and sustainability. Identify and engage external expertise and additional resources as needed to support the implementation plan. Develop a progress monitoring and evaluation schedule that ensures the implementation plan is regularly reviewed, updated and improved. Determine mechanism for keeping stakeholders and the field apprised for progress. Outcomes of installation. An implementation team has committed to guide the implementation process with stakeholders' input. Concise, descriptive materials were made available to assure regular communication and support for the new initiatives. System capacity, including communication structures, training assistance, data system and infrastructure changes, has been strengthened to support implementation and scale up. The written implementation plan is in use by the team and is shared with stakeholders. Stage 3. Initial implementation stage. Initial implementation stage includes providing intensive technical assistance and coaching and addressing challenges as they emerge. Training and coaching is provided to the site implementation teams, who in turn support practitioners. Practitioners in the sites are trained and begin to use the practices or innovations. Coaching is provided to enhance the fidelity of use of the practices. The implementation site set up mechanism to collect evaluation data. Data is used to assess the quality of implementation and to quickly identify problems and make decisions for improvement. Team guides the implementation process, review data, make decisions and provide feedback. Feedback is used to revise the written plan when necessary. During initial implementation, the new practices are at least partially in place in the initial implementation sites, as outlined in the communication plan. Leaders, stakeholders and the field are kept apprised of progress and important changes. Step 1. Technical assistance providers train and coach implementation site personnel. The implementation team at each site appoints a leader and schedules regular meetings. Technical assistance providers build confidence and competence of site implementation teams throughout ongoing training, coaching and guidance. The implementation teams, with assistance from technical assistance providers, train and support practitioners. The implementation team evaluates activities and uses data for making decisions and incorporate changes in ongoing training and support. Step 2. Implementation teams support practitioners and monitors the use of new practices. Practitioners begins to use the practices. The implementation team provides ongoing coaching to assure practice fidelity. The implementation team measures implementation fidelity by regular conducting performance assessments using observations and fidelity tools. Implementation team regularly review information about implementation processes, practice fidelity, participant satisfaction, costs and emerging outcomes. Step 3. The implementation team use feedback loops and improvement cycles to adjust organizational supports. Use feedback loops and improvement cycles to quickly resolve barriers and identify additional supports needed. Revise policies, procedures, guidance, and form of support the new practices. Adapt fiscal policies and fiscal procedures to support and sustain the new practices. Adjust administrative structures and personnels as necessary. Step 4. The implementation team evaluate fidelity and emerging outcomes. Use data from the fidelity means to make adaptation in training and support. Provide continuous feedback to practitioners related to the fidelity of their practice. Evaluate activities according to the evaluation plan with particular attention to the implementation process. Practice fidelity, participant satisfaction, costs, emerging benefits and outcomes. Review, adapt written implementation plans to prepare for full implementation. Outcomes of initial implementation. Implementation teams support by technical assistance providers provide oversight to activities at all sites. Practices were implemented and training and coaching assured an increasing level of fidelity. Data were used to form all aspects of implementation. Systematic changes and organizational support were added to the support practices. Training and coaching were adapted and strengthened according to evaluation results. Implementation of new practices began to show expected results. Evaluation of sites provided information to assist in expansion and scaling up to full implementation. Stage 4. Full implementation stage. Full implementation stage assure program delivery with high fidelity, achieving expected outcomes with a focus on both fidelity and sustainability. All professional development and organizational structure are fully functioning and work together to support practitioners. Orientation activities provide necessary training and support to newly hired practitioners and leaders so they can use and sustain the new practices. Evaluation activities continue to monitor fidelity and outcomes of practice so that drift, which is a movement away from fidelity in practice, is quickly identified and addressed. In addition to sustain high fidelity practices in the initial implementation sites, the implementation team focuses on beginning scale-up and sustainability activity outlined in the implementation plan. Step 1. Site implementation team maintain training and technical assistance support. Recruitment and selection policies are used to hire staff with competence to match desired practices. All new staff, including administration, practitioners, and implementation team members, are oriented to their roles and trained in new practices. Ongoing training of new staff and booster training occurs as needed. Regular supervision and performance assessment occurs for practice fidelity. Coaching occurs regularly for new staff and experienced staff to sustain practice fidelity. Step 2. The implementation team assures that data systems, policies, procedures, and fundings are integrated and functioning. Monitoring support system and reporting processes are in place and used regularly. Feedback loops and improvement cycles are used to continuous improvements and sustainability of practice. Reliable data systems are in place and provide information about the specific processes, practices, and outcomes. Data and other informations are frequently used by practitioners, coaches, and supervisors to improve performance. Policies, procedures, and budgets at relevant state, regional, and local levels are adjusted as needed to support practice. Step 3. Implementation team regularly uses performance assessment. Staff conducting performance assessment are well trained and receive supportive supervision as well. Staff performance is evaluated for fidelity of the practices. Multiple sources of information, that is self-assessment, observation, supervision, Peer reports, video clips, team meetings, etc. are used. Staff understand the performance assessment processes and fidelity measures are the basis of feedback and improvement. Feedback is provided in a helpful and timely manner. Step 4. The implementation team use feedback and data to sustain fidelity. Data are reviewed to make administrative changes as needed. Implementation team frequently uses communication strategies and feedback loops to receive and provide information. State, regional and local administrators are actively engaged in reducing any administrative barriers that arise. Improvement cycles are used with a focus on sustainability. Step 5. The implementation team ensures ongoing sustainability of structures and practices. Continue to provide administrative, organizational and fiscal support. Continue to provide technical assistance and coaching for maintaining fidelity. Maintain relationships and provide material to higher education and professional organizations to impact pre-service education and licensing requirements. Continue to promote buy-in to expand support base. Outcomes of full implementation. The practice have been successfully implemented at all initial sites with fidelity. The outcomes were measured and showed intended results. Training, technical assistance and coaching are effective in helping all staff implement practices with fidelity. System issues were resolved and the system has the capacity to support the practices.